You wake up one morning feeling strange. Your right hand feels heavy. You reach for your coffee cup, but it slips from your fingers and crashes to the floor. You try to say something, but the words come out twisted, slurred. You think, maybe I just slept wrong. Maybe it's nothing. But what if it's not nothing? What if your body is trying to warn you that a stroke is seconds away? Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States has a stroke. Every 3.5 minutes, someone dies from it. And yet most people never see it coming, even when the body sends clear, desperate warnings. So if you've ever felt dizzy, weak, or had moments when your words didn't come out right, you're watching the right video. Because today, we're uncovering 5 hidden body warnings that appear right before a stroke hits, and how recognizing them in time can literally save your life. Here's the shocking truth. According to the American Stroke Association, 80% of strokes are preventable if caught early. But most seniors mistake the early symptoms for fatigue, dehydration, or just getting older. The brain is like a city, full of highways that carry blood and oxygen. When a clot blocks one of those highways, everything beyond it shuts down. Speech, movement, even memory. And it doesn't take hours. It can happen in minutes. So before we dive into these 5 warning signs, do one quick thing for me. Hit that like button. Not for me, but so YouTube shows this video to more people over 60 who might need it. And comment below with your age and where you're watching from. I read every single comment, and you never know. Your story might help someone else spot their warning signs in time. All right, let's begin. Number 5, sudden weakness or numbness on one side of the body. You're walking down the hallway when suddenly your arm feels heavy or your leg just won't cooperate. Maybe your smile feels uneven when you look in the mirror. That's not fatigue. That's your brain signaling trouble. A 2023 study from the Mayo Clinic found that one of the earliest and most consistent symptoms before a major stroke is sudden one-sided weakness or numbness, especially in the face, arm, or leg. Here's what's happening. When blood flow is blocked to a part of your brain that controls movement, those neurons instantly begin to fail. Think of it like a light switch flickering. The current can't get through. What to do? Don't wait. Sit down, stay calm, and call 911 immediately. Even if it goes away after a few minutes, it could be a mini-stroke or transient ischemic attack, TIA, a serious warning that a major stroke could strike within days. Doctors say the faster you act, the better your chance of recovery. Minutes matter, literally. Number 4, trouble speaking or understanding words. Imagine trying to say a simple sentence like, I'm fine, but it comes out as, nah. Your mind knows what you want to say, but your mouth refuses to cooperate. Or maybe you're listening to someone speak and suddenly their words sound like gibberish. This terrifying disconnect is called aphasia, and it happens when the left side of the brain, the language center, loses its blood supply. A Harvard Medical School study showed that nearly 70% of stroke patients experience speech or comprehension problems in the hours before a major stroke hit. And here's the dangerous part. It can come and go within minutes, making people think it's stress or tiredness. But it's not. It's the brain crying for help. If this ever happens, even for a few seconds, get checked immediately. Because the next time, it may not stop. Number 3, sudden vision problems. One of the most overlooked early warning signs is blurred or double vision, or the sudden loss of sight in one eye. The American Academy of Ophthalmology calls this amaurosis fugax, or temporary blindness caused by reduced blood flow to the eye. Think of it this way. Your eyes are an extension of your brain. When the brain's occipital lobe, the vision center, doesn't get enough oxygen, the image you see becomes distorted, dim, or even dark. You might blink it off thinking there's dust or fatigue, but that could be the last warning before a full-blown stroke. In one study published in Neurology, patients who experienced sudden one-eye blindness had a 20 to 30% higher chance of a stroke within the following week. So don't wait for the darkness to pass. Get help before it returns permanently. Number 2, sudden dizziness, loss of balance, or confusion. You stand up and the room spins. Your feet stumble. You grab onto furniture just to stay upright. That's not always low blood pressure or vertigo. It can be an early sign of a stroke in the cerebellum or brainstem, the areas that control coordination and balance. When these regions lose oxygen, your brain can't process spatial awareness. You may feel clumsy, lightheaded, or mentally foggy. And here's something few people know. A 2022 Johns Hopkins study found that nearly 1 in 10 seniors who went to the ER with dizziness were actually having a small stroke. So if you suddenly feel like the world is tilting, don't assume it's dehydration or fatigue. Sit down, take slow breaths, and call emergency services. Your brain might be struggling to stay conscious. Number 1. Severe headache or pressure that feels different. This isn't your usual tension headache. People describe it as the worst headache of my life, or a thunderclap, sudden, severe, and unlike anything they've felt before. This can happen when a blood vessel in the brain bursts, causing a hemorrhagic stroke, where bleeding puts pressure on delicate brain tissue. In one Cleveland Clinic report, patients who experienced this type of pain had as little as 10 to 15 minutes to get medical help before irreversible damage began. If your headache comes with vision loss, nausea, or weakness, treat it as a medical emergency. Don't take painkillers and go to bed, because this time, it might not be a migraine. It might be the beginning of something deadly. Let's pause for a second. If you've ever had moments of dizziness, blurred vision, or weakness, and just brushed them off, please don't ignore them next time. It's not weakness to be cautious. It's strength. Your body doesn't whisper for no reason. It sends signals, quiet ones, urgent ones, hoping you'll listen before it's too late. A 2023 study from the National Institute on Aging found that seniors who recognized these early signs and sought immediate help were 60% more likely to recover without permanent disability. That's the difference between walking again and never walking again, between remembering your family's names or forgetting them forever. So what can you do right now to protect yourself? Here are some practical steps, backed by real science, to lower your stroke risk and catch warning signs early. First, know your numbers. Keep blood pressure under 120/80. High blood pressure is the #1 cause of stroke, responsible for nearly 50% of all cases. Second, move daily. Even light walking 30 minutes a day improves circulation and keeps arteries flexible. A Harvard Health study showed that seniors who walked briskly 5 times a week had a 40% lower risk of stroke. Third, eat for your brain. Foods like salmon, olive oil, walnuts, and leafy greens reduce inflammation and strengthen blood vessels. Cut back on processed food, sugar, and salt. They thicken blood and raise pressure silently. Fourth, watch your sleep and stress. Poor sleep or chronic anxiety releases cortisol, which tightens blood vessels. Try gentle breathing exercises or meditation before bed. And finally, don't ignore small symptoms. Even if your body feels off for a few seconds, get checked. Doctors say it's better to spend one night in the hospital than a lifetime in recovery. If this message feels personal, that's because it is. Maybe it's for you, or maybe it's for your spouse, your brother, your best friend. Stroke doesn't wait, but knowledge gives you a fighting chance. So share this video with someone over 60. You might save a life today. And tell us in the comments, have you or someone you love ever experienced any of these warning signs? We reply to every story, because every story matters. And before you go, subscribe and turn on the bell icon. In our next video, we'll uncover the silent morning habits that secretly raise your blood pressure and one daily change that can protect your heart for life. Because your health is your power, and your heart and your loved ones will thank you for being prepared.